All right, here we go. Okay, so welcome everybody to this green cleaning class. We're going to talk a little bit about ways we can improve our cleaning of our environment that's not going to harm us. To give you a little bit of background on me, I got into doTERRA, gosh, it's probably been 5 years ago, and I have been trying to find ways to keep my family healthy. That's the bottom line. Once the insurance stuff all switched over with the Affordable Care Act, my husband and I are both independently employed, so we could no longer afford sick people. We had to find a way to keep our family healthy. I have 6 kids, and we're busy, and we needed a way to be able to stay on track and keep doing what we need to be doing. So I got into essential oils, and one of the things that kind of piqued my interest when I first heard the presentation was the lady who presented to me had said, you know, it's been about 4 years since we've been to the doctor for a sick visit. And that was all I needed to hear. That was exactly what I was looking for. How do I keep my family out of the doctor's office? So that piqued my interest. And I just never turned back from there. Once I realized that these actually work, the essential oils actually work, and I had those experiences in my own life with my family, I knew immediately that this was going to be something I wanted to do. And I wanted to tell people about it because I wish somebody had presented this to me 15 years ago. It would have made a world of difference in so many different parts of my life. So that's kind of why I teach classes now and why I do what I do. To get a little bit into the green cleaning and why that was something that kind of piqued my interest. I'm kind of a neat freak, but I hate having anything germy, dirty, dusty. I hate it. It drives me nuts. Given that being said, we have 6 kids and our house is not always perfect. It's not always clean. But I was trying to clean the entire house on my own because I didn't want any of my kids touching all the chemicals. I was trying to do it when they were out of the house because I knew the fumes bothered me and I knew that they would bother them. But I wanted to get the house clean. I wanted to disinfect. And so I started doing it just on my own. I started to notice my cleaning day was Saturday. Started to notice all day Sunday I would have headaches. I would feel sick to my stomach. I was super tired. And it'd take me about 2 or 3 days to get out of that funk. And I could not figure out what the heck was going on. And as I started getting more into essential oils and more recognizing how they are absorbed through our skin and how they go right into our bloodstream, that kind of made me think. I'm like, well, I'm using all these chemicals, and if essential oils get into my bloodstream that quickly, how about other things that I'm using and other things that affect my body? And so I started doing some reading on how I can clean with essential oils, and that led me into a whole discovery of how toxic the cleaning materials we use in our house are and how dangerous they are. I always knew they were dangerous, especially with my little kids. That's why I didn't let them help me clean, because I didn't want the possibility that they could be exposed to that on their skin or ingested in any way. But that being said, we have a big house and I'm super busy and I needed help, and I have big kids now. So I needed a way to let them be able to help me clean. When I got into green cleaning, it's just turned our life around. I no longer have funky Sundays where I just feel headachy and nauseous. And I actually feel good after I clean now because those fumes are not bothering me anymore. Cleaning with essential oils helps boost my mood. It helps boost the mood of my family. It makes our house smell wonderful. And I know I'm getting things clean. I know I'm providing a clean environment. The other super awesome perk is I can have my 6-year-old come running around with me, wiping counters down and helping out. And I don't have to worry about him getting it on his hands or getting it in his body or doing anything I don't have to worry about that. He could get any of this stuff on him. He could bathe in it if he wanted to, and it probably wouldn't do much damage to him. And so that's what we want to talk about today, is ways that we can use essential oils to help clean our homes, clean our environment, and do so safely. So I'm going to pull up I got some slides here. I'm going to try to make this work. I'm going to screen share with you guys and see how let's see. Okay, I got to screen share first. Okay. All right. Everyone see that okay? If you can't, give a shout out. All right. So let's get rolling here. We're going to try going through some of these slides here. I don't know your poison statistics. This is kind of scary stuff. It's not just the chemicals that are marked with clear warning labels in our homes. the toxicity is rampant throughout. I mean, hand sanitizer. I'd ask for a show of hands, but I'm sure all of you at some point have used hand sanitizers, which can be very dangerous. To give you an example, the average household contains 62 toxic chemicals, and that's according to environmental experts. Okay. Ingredients in household products are linked to asthma, they're linked to cancer, reproductive disorders, hormone disruptors, neurotoxicity. Scary stuff, not good stuff, especially when you have kids around. A lot of these cleaning products are also labeled with fragrance. Okay, fragrance is not really monitored in the perfume industry. It's considered proprietary, and they aren't required to list their ingredients. So anything that has fragrance in it, I guarantee you, has toxicity levels in it. We expose ourselves to these toxins every day. We wash with them. We use lotions. We clean with them every day. And so that toxicity can build up in our system. Just gives you a little idea. These are some of the big, huge, scary hidden toxins that are in most cleaners. I'd like to kind of go through these with you a little bit so you can get a better idea of what we're talking about here. Phthalates. Most household fragrance products, air fresheners, dish soap, even toilet paper now has the phthalates in it. If you see anything that requires fragrance, there's a good chance that it's got the phthalates in it. Some of the health risks that you can get into with this are they're endocrine disruptors. It can reduce sperm count. Most of the exposure occurs through inhalation. It can happen through skin contact with scented soaps. It can be absorbed straight into the organs, just like we talk about essential oils being absorbed straight into the bloodstream. Our skin is hugely receptive to what we expose it to. It doesn't really have a natural protection. It is our natural protection. So another one here, I'm going to call it PERC. I'm going to make a stab at the whole word here. Perchloroethylene, I think is how you say it. Not very good at that, but it's generally known as PERC. And that is a neurotoxin. EPA classifies it as a possible carcinogen. The route of exposure for this is usually through smell, clothes when they come out of the dryer, fumes that linger in carpet cleaning. How many of you guys have been to a dry cleaners? And your clothes and blankets and things come back and they kind of smell a little funky. That's that residual PERC that's hanging on there. It can cause dizziness, loss of coordination. That was something I experienced directly when I was on my day after cleaning day. I would get dizzy, I would get headachy, and I would just, it would just literally have me in a funk for the entire day. Triclosan. Okay, most dishwashing detergents have this in it. Hand soaps labeled antibacterial. So anything with the antibacterial label on it is going to have the triclosan in it. It's an aggressive antibacterial agent. It promotes the growth of drug-resistant bacteria, though. A lot of my pediatricians that I've talked to through the years have started really making us aware of the hand sanitizer problem, that we are over antibacterialing our children, and it's creating these bacteria, these drug-resistant bacteria. And so we're really, as parents, the pediatricians have been cautioning us to, tone that down. You don't need antibacterial everything. And so we've scaled back dramatically on using those kinds of products. It can disrupt the endocrine system. It's also another carcinogen. The ammonia, or the quats, they call them, the fabric softeners, antibacterial, skin irritants, asthma. Those are some of the issues that you can have with those. They also help breed the antibiotic-resistant bacteria. Skin irritants, you're going to see that on anything with ammonia. And pretty much any of our glass cleaning products have ammonia in them. If you go to the store, it's going to be listed right on there. Let's see, is that one on my, yes, the butoxyethanol, there you go. There's some really good tongue twisters in here. Window, kitchen, multi-purpose cleaners, you're going to find these in all of those. They cause respiratory problems, liver problems, sore throats when you inhale them. They can contribute to narcosis, pulmonary edema, liver and kidney damage. Some scary, nasty stuff here. You don't need those to clean your windows. And we're going to talk about some alternatives to all of these. So I want to go through the dangers first, and then we're going to go and start talking about how we can replace these dangerous toxins. Chlorine, that's in all of this: scouring powders, toilet bowl cleaners, mildew removers, laundry whiteners, household tap water. Scary. You could be exposed through fumes, through the skin, when you take a shower or a bath. It's a respiratory irritant, and they characterize it as an acute level. It is also a serious thyroid disruptor. So those of you who have thyroid problems need to be really conscientious of this. Sodium hydroxide. Okay, that one you're going to find in cleaners and drain openers. Okay, it's also known as lye. It's very corrosive. It can cause severe burns. Inhaling it can cause throat problems that last for days. I don't know if I've recently looked at one of the drain cleaners, and right on the label it'll say cover up the drain with something so that you can avoid the fumes that come out of it. Wear glasses in case any lye comes up and you get lye burns, and protective gloves. I mean, I'm thinking to myself, goodness, I'm cleaning my sink that we're like washing contacts in and washing hands in and washing whatever in, and this stuff we're putting into our sink. That's, you know, where does this go from there? Does it go out into our water system? Well, the answer is yes. So we have to be concerned about these things. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what we can do. Natural cleaning products. Power of essential oils, amazing, amazing properties here. We're going to talk a little bit. Let's see, I'm going to skip over this one here. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to go over some of the oils that I use the most when I build my cleaning products. On Guard is a big one. It has the wild orange, clove, cinnamon, eucalyptus, and rosemary in it. It's been studied for its strong abilities to kill harmful bacteria, molds, and viruses. It's great as an aromatherapy remedy, as well as something that we can use in our cleaning products topically. So this one is very powerful. It's probably my favorite oil to use for hand sanitizers, and we're going to talk some recipes here in a minute. Purify is another one. Okay, I have a great story to go with this one. I was having some problems with my laundry, just not getting clean. I have really, really sneaky boys, teenage boys that are out running around doing, you know, workouts and weight training and sports, and they love these moisture wicking shirts that they use all the time. They're great. They're really great shirts, but man, are they hard to get clean. There's special instructions on the websites on how to clean these things, because you can't just clean them in a traditional wash. And, you know, all these directions: don't dry it, don't use fabric softeners, don't do all that. And I'm thinking, how in the world do I get the shirt clean? It just never, I wash it like 3 times and it still smells stinky. I even posted on a website earlier, let's see, a couple months ago, saying, how do I solve this problem? I get these shirts clean? And so I started playing around and reading up what I could, and I used a natural-based laundry detergent. I used the cold water, but the trick that really changed things was I used a cup of vinegar and about 8 drops of Purify in the fabric softener portion of my washer. It was amazing. It literally was gone. Smell gone, stink gone, smelled great. Clothes were soft, didn't have to use a fabric softener. It was amazing. So this oil, I'm not a fan of the smell itself, but man, does it take smells away. And it's not that it replaces it with the Purify smell. It actually removes the odor. So it's really awesome. I use it in my wash. I use it in my cleaning products. It has the lemon, the lime, the pine citronella, and that's why I don't like it terribly as just a smelling oils, because I'm not a big fan of citrus, the citronella. The melaleuca and the cilantro. The cilantro is also not one of my favorite smells. But I use this whenever I need to get rid of smell. I use it in shoes. You can take a little baking soda with a couple drops of Purify and let it sit in your shoes overnight. It's amazing. This stuff is amazing. Lemon, this is probably my biggest one that I use on everything. I use this in pretty much almost all of my cleaning products. It's been studied for its antidepressant qualities, its antiseptic qualities, antifungal, antibacterial, antiviral, all of the antis that are just awesome. But it smells wonderful. It's uplifting. You know that you're getting some good cleaning power with this. And it replaces, I use it with vinegar, as you'll see in some of the recipes that we're going to talk about here. And it just really helps take away the vinegar smell, because I'm not a big fan of vinegar. But you get the cleaning properties of both the vinegar and the lemon oil together, and it's a real powerhouse. So What are you going to need? Well, it's not terribly complicated. That's the benefit of this, is you don't need a lot, and it's so much cheaper than buying the toxic chemicals that you're going to pay so much money for that aren't going to work. Basically what I use is my essential oils, occasionally fractionated coconut oil or olive oil. I use that in my wood cleaners. Baking soda, vinegar, aloe vera, which I use in the hand sanitizers, and liquid Castile soap. That's pretty much it. And you can pretty much do everything that we're going to talk about here. I clean my entire house with these ingredients. So we're going to go jump right in here. So all-purpose cleaning spray. I'm going to show you a couple other items that I use when I'm doing my, can you guys all see me? I hope everyone can see me. I'm still making sure. I think I need to get off the screen sharing here a minute. Oh, back. Let's see. Here we go. All right. I'm going to pull you off screen sharing here so I can kind of see everybody in case you have any questions. Can you guys still see my screen? If I pull off the PowerPoint, I hope. I'm not getting any no's, so I'm going to assume yes. Okay, well, I wanted to show you. So these glass spray bottles, I use these to mix all of my cleaning stuff. Let's see, I've just got a couple messages here. Let me see. Okay. Sorry, guys, I'm new at this, so bear with me. Okay. All right, looks like everyone can see. Okay, awesome. All right, so these are the spray bottles. These are just the 8-ounce ones. You can get larger one. I find I like to mix my stuff fresh every week that I use it, as much as possible. It keeps everything, you know, a little more potent. I feel more confident with what I'm building and what I'm using. So I just choose the 8-ounce and I make everything in the 8-ounce bottles. These are great spray bottles. I will let you know they're glass, which is very important when we're using anything with essential oils. We want to use glass, so avoid the plastics. We do have the plastic spray nozzles and they will break down. So just be aware that these are something that you'll probably have to replace periodically, but they're super cheap to get several spray nozzles. The glass, however, will last you as long as you don't drop it. Case in point, my little kids, I have to be very careful. I actually like these for my little ones to run around and spray with. They're about half the size. They're much easier to hold for little hands, and I don't have nearly as many broken bottles when I use these with my little ones versus the larger ones for me and my big kids. So glass spray bottles, hand sanitizer. This is a great little recipe here for hand sanitizer. Teaspoon of aloe, about 4 to 5 drops of vitamin E oil, and 15 drops of the oil of your choice. I prefer On Guard or Melaleuca because I feel like they have the most antibacterial properties that I'm looking for. Mix those in about a 2-ounce glass spray bottle and fill the rest with water. Easy. Smells wonderful. And the cool thing about this is it doesn't have alcohol, so it's not going to dry your hands out. I live in the desert, as probably most of you do, and that's a real problem here. So it's really nice to have some hand sanitizer that's actually moisturizing. All-purpose cleaning spray. So this one, I'm just using, again, mostly water. You have about 2 teaspoons of liquid Castile soap. You don't need a lot of that. It's going to give you a little sudsing properties there. If you don't want the sudsing properties, let's say you're going to use this for your windows, you can avoid the Castile soap altogether and just use the vinegar and the water. The Castile soap that I choose, I usually just kind of go with what I can get through Amazon, but I always choose the Bronner's, the Dr. Bronner's. And I want to mention that, not because I'm necessarily wanting to endorse the product, but I have tried several other Castile soaps that are cheaper, different brands. They don't work as well. I don't know what the difference is or what the ingredient missing is, but it does not sud and it doesn't clean as well. It leaves a residue. It's more oily. So I really do stick with the Dr. Bronner's Castile soap. This one is the peppermint. You don't have to get it infused with the smell though. Most of the time I'm using if you want the unscented, it's the baby. They have a baby version that's the unscented one. But I also really like the almond. That's probably my favorite. And it blends really well with all the essential oils I put it with. It smells wonderful. It's super clean and just bright smelling. So whenever I can, I try to get the almond Castile soap. So then about 5 to 10 drops of the essential oil and a cup of vinegar. It says optional on this recipe. I don't ever leave out the vinegar because I feel like I want that extra cleaning power. So I always use the vinegar in this. And just remember to shake it up really good every time you're using it. This one is probably, and I'm going to kind of show you how this works. I'm going to try and demo here. I don't know if that's going to work on this video or not, but we're going to give it a go and kind of show you how to build this. So the soft scrub, this is probably my most amazing discovery ever. This stuff works for tubs, tiles. It will scrub clean your faucet fixtures. It's not abrasive to the extent that it's going to scratch anything. So I use this everywhere. It's awesome. I've cleaned burnt honey off of my flat top stovetop. Burnt honey that had been sitting there a while. And I had even tried commercial soft scrubs on this and it didn't even budge it. This stuff pulls it right out. It's awesome. So I just use, I just grab a glass jar. This is my glass jar. It looks dirty, but this is because I've already made several batches of this before. So I'm going to use my glass jar. And I'm going to do about, let's see if we can do this. So I have my baking soda and my 1/4 a cup that I'm going to measure with here. And I'm going to do about 3/4, if I can get it to come out. I'm going to open up the box here. All right. And the reason I want to show this one is I want to show you how it foams. So we're going to do 2, 3 cups of the baking soda. And we're going to do 1/4 a cup of the Castile soap. Okay. So right now you can see I just got can you see that a little bit? Castile soap, the baking soda in there. Now this is the fun part. So I'm going to put about a tablespoon of water in here. Okay, water doesn't do much of anything, but once you throw in the vinegar, it's going to foam up. I'm going to do about a tablespoon of vinegar. Can you guys see how that's foaming right there? I don't know. Can you guys, whoop, I'll hold it up a little bit. Can you see how that's foaming? It's starting to rise out of the cup. That's what the vinegar will do for you. The reason I like to show that is because when we use this for toilet bowl cleaner, that's an effect that we want. We want that foaming effect. So when I'm putting in the baking soda and the Melaleuca into the toilet bowl cleaner, I'm going to add the vinegar last so that I can get that nice, nice fizz there. And then, oh my goodness, and I forgot to bring up my essential oils. Okay, I forgot my lemon. But then I do about 10 drops of lemon in here and stir that up. And I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm trying to get to the camera. Can you see that without me spilling it? Right here. So the consistency is kind of like that. It's kind of like goopy. You can add a little more baking soda if you want it to be more of a thicker consistency. I like it about this consistency. I take a scrub brush and I just rub it. I wet the sink or whatever I'm scrubbing. Add a little bit of this in there and I scrub it around really good with my sponge and let it sit for about 5 minutes. And then I rinse it clean using my little sponge to just rinse it all out. And it works amazing. I've yet to find something that I have not been able to get off with this stuff. So definitely 5 stars on the soft scrub. Next one here, glass cleaner. So that was one I talked about before. It's basically the same recipe that we used for the all-purpose cleaner, minus the Castile soap. So you're gonna have the vinegar, the water, about almost a 1-to-1, a little less than a 1-to-1 ratio. And then 8 drops of your citrus oil of choice. Wild orange is one of my favorites. Again, I've used On Guard, I've used Melaleuca, all of those are really good. You're gonna add all of that together, shake the bottle really good, and then just spray on. The other thing I wanna mention, use a good cleaning cloth when you're cleaning. These I really like. These are the Norwex cloths. If you guys have never been introduced to these, you probably need to take a look at them. They're amazing. There's a scrub cloth and a polishing cloth, and they have really helped to just get everything up that I need to get up. They polish really well. So when I'm wiping down mirrors or glasses, if you don't have polishing cloths like the Norwex cloths, believe it or not, newspaper. Newspaper works great. Wipe it up with some newspaper and it'll help it be streak free. It will help deal with the fogging. Vinegar is naturally anti-fogging, so in your bathrooms, it's amazing. Let's go. Mattress refresher. Okay, this one's a good one to use for any bed. I've used them on all of mine. About a cup of baking soda, 10 drops of oil. I like lavender for the beds. I might use a clove or a eucalyptus maybe if I'm doing carpets, because I will use this on my carpets as well. Put it in a mason jar with a lid. You can use a sifter and pour it into a sifter and kind of shake it over your mattress or over your carpets. Or if you want to get really fun, you can take your mason jar lid and just punch some holes in it and use it as a natural little shaker there. I've done that too. You're going to let it sit for a few minutes, and then you're just going to vacuum it up. So really easy. The longer you let it sit, the better. So if you can let it sit, maybe do it in the morning after you've got everybody up and you got the beds all unmade, and you can throw it all on the beds and let it sit there for, half the day and then go in and vacuum it. Works really great. Okay. So are there any questions so far? Let me see if I can I'm still screen sharing here, so I can't see you guys. All right, we'll keep moving on. So those are some of my favorite cleaning products. Oh, I got one more for you. So this is the On Guard Cleaner Concentrate. Love this stuff. Works great on countertops. Pretty much all-purpose applications here. I just put a couple of teaspoons in one of my 8-ounce spray bottles, mix it up with water, shake it up really good, and spray it on and wipe it clean. It smells wonderful. I love the On Guard smell. So if you don't like On Guard smell, you might not like this, but I love it. It smells like Christmas. So this is a really good one. You can get these through doTERRA, through your LRP, and it's a great product to have on hand. I have other cleaning product recipes if you're looking. My website is mycrazy8.com. And it's 8, the number 8. So mycrazy8.com, and look under the recipe tab, and most of my favorite recipes are on there. Some of them I haven't listed here, but they are up there. I also have some recipes on there for lotions that are amazing, hand sanitizers, shampoos. There's all kinds of good stuff up there. So take a look. I also do a lot of fun things. I found as I was making more and more of my cleaning products, I got tired of writing on labels that would just come off the minute that they got wet or anything, and I'd forget what was in what bottle. So I got really frustrated. I'm a graphic designer by trade, so I decided I'm going to problem solve this. And so I made a bunch of labels, and I had so many people that wanted labels that I actually have that up on my website too. So if you're looking for labels that have the recipes right on them, so that way when you're pulling stuff out, it's really easy. This is one of them that I have that I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? That just so you can see I have the name of what it is, and then I have the recipe underneath it. So it's really great. When I run out, I can just pull this out. I don't have to go pull my recipe book out. I can pull out pull my spray bottle out and know exactly what I had in it and be able to mix and match it from there. So if you're interested in that, those labels are up there as well. Okay, lost my train of thought. So I got that, told you about that. Okay, I think we'll go on here on how you can get these amazing essential oils if you don't already have them. If you're not a believer yet, you need to be a believer. You need to try these out for yourself. You will not go back. So let's talk a little bit about Loyalty Rewards Program. If you're not currently involved in the Loyalty Rewards Program, this is the cheapest way to get your essential oils. It's the easiest, cheapest way. You get free product back, you get product points. It's just an amazing rewards program. So for those of you who aren't familiar, I'll just kind of dive in a little bit here. Basically, your Loyalty Rewards is like your frequent flyer program. Works the same way. You're going to purchase some product each month that's on a repeat order that you go in, you can change, you can edit, you can cancel anytime. It's total freedom on your side, which I appreciate. I've been into some of these before, and I hate when I have to go call somebody and figure out what's going on and order through somebody else. And this is great because I can completely control it from start to finish. I can change it every month. You can choose different products each month. You can cancel anytime. There's no amount of or quantity that you need to purchase to maintain your LRP rewards. As long as you purchase something each month, then you can stay on that rewards program. When you purchase something for 1 to 3 months, you start earning 10% back of everything that you purchase in points. And it's a point per dollar value. So if you have 10 points, you have $10 to spend, which is really awesome. If you go continue on the LRP program for 4 to 6 months, now you're getting 15% back of everything that you spend. And you work that all the way up to 13 or more months being on LRP, and now you're earning 30% of everything that you purchase. If you've been buying your cleaning products through the store, you're spending so much more money than you would ever spend through the Loyalty Rewards program and purchasing your essential oils and making your own cleaning products this way. You're also contributing less waste to the environment because you're reusing everything that you have. You're reusing your glass bottles. You buy them once and you use them forever. When I make my hand sanitizer, I actually make it in recycled bottles, oil bottles. So I don't even buy oil bottles for my hand sanitizers and room sprays. I make them right in my old essential oil bottles. So it's a great way that I'm basically, by participating in my Loyalty Rewards program to get my essential oils for my cleaning products, I am being paid to clean my house, which is awesome. So that's a little bit how the Loyalty Rewards program works. You get free products when you're involved in this program. You are eligible for free products. You are eligible for compensation if you have a 100-point order or more each month. So if you're interested in the business, which we're going to talk to you a little bit here in just a second, then that will be of interest to you. Minimum of 50 points to get your product credits. So that's the only way that you're going to keep earning more product credit points, is if you place an order of 50 points or more. So that's one of the benefits there. Right here, it kind of outlines what I was just talking about. You can stay in your Loyalty Rewards program for purchasing something of $1 or less. You can continue earning points if you do 50 points or less, or more, I'm sorry, 50 points or more. Your fast start and commission bonuses are at 100 points. So if you're interested in the business, then you need to be thinking 100-point order each month. The product of the month. Okay, I forgot to touch on this. So every month, doTERRA offers a free product of the month. And this month, I believe it's Breathe. So you can get free essential oils by placing a 125-point order each month. That's an awesome benefit as well. So you're not only getting your 30% back in Loyalty Rewards points, but you're also earning a product free every month. And then 150-point purchase or more gives you that Power 3 bonus, which gets more into the business side. So let's move through here. Talking about the business a little bit. Okay, we're talking about residual income. And actually, I think I wanted to do this slide first. Okay, why would you do the business? That might be first question in your mind. I kind of stumbled into it, to give you a little background on me. Initially, I got into this. I just wanted to get my oils. That's it. I just want to buy my oils. I don't want to sell. I don't want to do any of that. I've done some of these other, Pampered Chef, things like that. I've done some of that before. And, I knew that I didn't want to be a salesperson. I didn't want to do that. So I started using essential oils, and all my neighbors were calling me saying, "What are you doing? Your house smells amazing. What are you using? Your kids have never been to the doctor's office." My pediatrician actually asked me to come and do a presentation in her office, because she hadn't seen my kids for like a year. I mean, she just for the well visit checkups. That's it. She's like, "How did you go from seeing me every month or two to not seeing me in a year?" And so when I started talking to her, and she was just super impressed, and she actually had me come and do a presentation in her office. So kind of cool. So I stumbled into it. I just had more people that were asking me, "Well, how do I get my essential oils?" And I'm like, "Well, I guess you can get them from me." So I set them up with their accounts and signed them up. One of the things that I was kind of flabbergasted about, having been in some multi-marketing, companies before, having been involved with those before, this kind of blew my mind. Why is doTERRA unique? Well, 65% of those that join never leave. Okay, that is compared to an industry average of 8%. 8% is considered awesome in when you're talking about Pampered Chef, or you're talking about Avon. There's a whole bunch of other ones out there. Amway. 8% they get excited about. 65% with doTERRA. That's amazing. That kind of blew my mind. Their growth has just been unbelievable. So what that tells me is that the product works. Why would 65% of the people stay in this if it didn't work? 85% of those that join doTERRA just want to buy. They just want to buy products of the best value. There's no ulterior motive there. You don't have to do the business to get the major awesome discounts. You just have to be involved here. So let's go. Okay. So this talks a little bit about network marketing, which is kind of what we're doing with when we're talking about the business side of doTERRA. You're going to build your business model by talking about your products, by basically using the products. That's how I started building. I'm just using the products. I'm talking to my friends about it. They're asking me about it. This has been awesome because I feel like I am bettering other people's lives by sharing what I know, what I have learned, and the experiences I have had. That's a no-brainer for me. It's not about the selling, it's about sharing the knowledge that I have. And one of the things that I've loved about being involved in doTERRA is all the information that is so available for free. You can get training, you can get product information, you can, if you want it, it's available and it's there. And they provide it for you. So that's just amazing. Whether you're into the business or you just want to know more about the product, there's so many available resources there. So let me talk a little bit real quick about what you can earn by doing the business here. You can earn doTERRA products for free. So $200 to $600 a month. I mean, does that sound like something that might benefit you guys? I'll take it. By supporting my healthy lifestyle, by talking to others about healthy lifestyle, that's what we're looking at. So I essentially can get my products for free just by talking to people about what we're doing. Doesn't require a ton of time to do that. When I first started, I probably taught maybe 4 classes. Honestly, I just had friends that were asking me what I wanted, what was I doing, and how do they get involved. And so that was really awesome. You can supplement your income, so you can take it to the next level. If you're thinking that maybe $2,000 to $4,000 a month sounds better, sounds good. You can get more involved. You can become a leader. You can start signing people up under you. It can be a part-time commitment. It can be a full-time commitment. It just depends on what you're looking for and how involved you want to get. And then we talk about people that replace their income completely. This is one of my goals. I would love to be able to completely replace my income. I'm getting there. And I think if we continue to work, that's going to be a real reality. But to be able to do that by sharing natural health and wellness with other people and be able to help them have the successes that I've had, that's just amazing to me that could be something that could support my family. So that's kind of the options that you could look at when you're looking at building a business. If this excites you, as it did me, talk to your upline, talk to the people who referred you to this class, and get in touch with them. Have someone sit down with you with a one-on-one and go through some of these options with you. Okay, let's see, where are we on our time? All right, are there any questions? Can I kind of open it up for questions? Let's see, I don't have, let's see. Let me unmute you guys. Okay, I've got everybody unmuted, so if this gets too crazy or loud, let me know.
Jennifer, you mentioned website.
Yes.
Are you also going to recipes anywhere else?
That's where I post them, is on that website. So they're all up there available if you want to take a look. Again, it's just mycrazy8.com, and that's number 8. And if you just go to the recipe tab, you'll find all there's a bath and body recipe tab, and there's a cleaning recipe tab, and so that was why I kind of put them up on my website, was because I had so many people asking me for them, and I'd forget to send them or forget to post them, or so I just kind of started throwing them up there and saying, hey, it's one address, you go check it out and you can find everything you're looking for.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. doTERRA's got some wonderful recipes too on their pages. Some of these came from some of the doTERRA sites. I've had to tweak some of them, specifically when I'm not necessarily with the cleaning, but with the when I'm dealing with the lotions and bath and body stuff. I've tweaked the recipes a little bit because we live in a very warm desert. Most of the recipes that come down through doTERRA were created in Utah. And if you're familiar with melting points of oils, you need to be aware of those when we live in an environment like Arizona. For instance, coconut oil has a melting point of 75 degrees. Well, we barely touch 75 degrees in the winter. So to be able to get some solidity to your recipes, I've had to tweak them a little bit. So that's why I put those up on the website, is so people can kind of see, ways that you can manipulate and work with those to make them work for you. Hey, Arlene.
Hey, I've been busy this time, but I wanted to tell you thank you for sharing these recipes because I think that that's our biggest dilemma is being able to there's abundance of recipes everywhere.
Yes.
But I've tried a lot of them and they don't work.
Yeah.
So to know that you have have really tried them and are using them. I have a lot of them that I do use and are working. But a lot of them out there, I've tried a soft scrub and I didn't like the way it turned out. So I'm really excited to try yours. The fact that you've done it, they work, that's awesome.
That's the thing. Like you say, you do find recipes all over the internet. I mean, if you Google something, you're going to find a million come up. But I was looking one for safety. You're going to find a lot of recipes that use, 30, 40, 50 drops of essential oil. You don't need that much. So being responsible, finding these recipes, understanding the power of the essential oils and the power of the other ingredients we're adding, all make that really important to be aware of. And so I was really excited when I was able to try some of these and find ones that work and be able to share them with people so they can have success and not just get a recipe to try a recipe. So, yeah.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I guess that's it. If there's no more questions, I can go ahead and end the recording. I hope. Did I record it? Yes. Okay. Panic there for a minute. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.